Sorry if the stream dropped. Not quite sure what happened there. But hey, you know how it goes. Sometimes you eat the bear, sometimes the bear eats you. Sometimes the stream works well, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so now, hoping that it's kind of working, just going to continue. I may just record this as well, just to make sure that it's not completely lost if Twitch is not loading it. Okay, so let's just try that again. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're live at the moment, but never mind. Sorry if we're not live, you have to watch the archive. So let's see. Let's get some cash. I might just take a massive loan actually and take a slightly bigger ship. Let's take a big loan. I'll take that one. Yeah, I've asked her. Jacinda officer, give me a loan. Yeah, and another one. Yeah. Thank you. How much is that? Lots. Ooh, there's a bug. Bug in the loans code. I know what that is. I know exactly what's going on there. That is because I have just changed the way that the loan tab works. Layout, borrow, borrows? No, I can't find the code for this. It's that panel there, it's the entity borrowings panel. I would have if I had the screen up there, wouldn't it? Now you can actually see what's going on. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so the issue is that the loan index has not been updated. That needs to be times 160. Let's have a look. Does that fix it? They should now pop down a bit. This is something I changed this morning. Yes, no, maybe, possibly. Come on, you know you can reload. I know I'm doing quite a lot. I'm asking you to record and to stream, but you can definitely do this. Come on, computer. Got 16 gig of memory in here. That made no difference. Oh, maybe it did. Ah, crash. Sorry, that's because of the function pointers in the callbacks. I should have done something else before doing that. The live reload only has its limits, unfortunately. Okay. So let's see. Social, let's go and get those loans again. Dorifast. That's the current Seeds bank. No, I don't want any work. Oh, press the wrong button. Ask for a loan. Yes. Okay. No. Ask for a loan. Yes. Luckily there's lots of people on. Ask for a loan. Yes. Ask for a loan. Yes. Great, now I have loads of cash. I should be able to get one of those slow ships. Let's hire a ship. What are we looking at? 4,000, 10,000. Let's try one of these. The Immense Knife. That is quite a name for a ship. Okay, right. Right, these guys are definitely slower. Yeah, look at them. Look at them slow down as they. Yeah, that's a bit more like it. They should definitely be that slow. So that's fine. Just feels like if they're going to be big, ugly ships, they need to be slow. Big, ugly ships need to be slow. Yeah, there's a couple more. That's cool. Yep, they're slowing down. Let's just find the gate. There it is. Just make sure they can actually land. That's the main thing. At that incredible slowness. Let's see. Where are they? Are they coming? They'll be here. They'll just take a while. Thing is, if you want to get a really slow ship, then that's fine, but you're going to be waiting a while. Okay. There we are. Yeah, they look like they're going to be able to connect just fine. Yeah, let's just make sure they can jump through the gate. They should be able to. While that's loading, let me just pop that over there. I'm going to zoom out again a little bit so we can actually see what's going on. CPP, that one. Where's the zoom level? There it is. Let's zoom out to say 5 kilometers so we can see 5 kilometers in either direction. Yeah, that one's just jumped in and it's off. Yeah, so's that one. Yeah, they obviously look a bit flat at the moment. You need to think about how we do shadows. Those guys are all jumping. Yep, okay, now I've zoomed right out, you can't see them at all. But you can see actually that these ships are sort of turning up. That's slightly weird. Let's just go back down to say 1,000. I don't know what these guys are doing. This guy just seems to be drifting. Not sure I like the look of that one. Let's just zoom over there and check him out. Oh no, he's coming. I don't quite know why he was over there. No, he's fine. Might have been a secret rendezvous. I haven't programmed those in, but might have been. Okay, I quite like this zoom level actually. It's not terrible. Let's see what it looks in full screen. Obviously, it'll run slowly while I'm streaming. That's not terrible. I wonder if that's the right level, rather than 300. I mean, I like 300, but it's not like the only level we can have. Depends what's going on, really. Let's see. Just take it back to 300. Yeah, see this guy, what is he? Oh, he's turning around, that's why. Okay, there he is. Okay, that guy's zooming over there. Don't know why. Anyway. Oh, I know why. It's because we don't kill the... because we don't stop the engines. We really need to stop the engines when we arrive somewhere. That's something I just need to do. I'll need to write that down. Yeah, this guy's doing his little maneuvers. There we go. You should be able to hear the stereo on the engines as well. Obviously the engines need repositioning. I haven't done that yet. But that does need to happen. Yeah, he's not very happy, is he? He's turning himself around. Yeah, I think it's because I think I know why that is. For those ships which are that slow, if he gets in a mess where he's not able to, yeah, the problem with him is he is so far from the gate, and he's thinking, oh, I need to turn round. But the problem is that he's turning right round like that, which isn't right. And because he's so slow at doing it, he then finds himself miles away. So that is because of the way that we do the autopilot. So, oops. So we have some code here. Where is it? Here. It says if you are not, basically rotate this way if you are further than a particular amount away. So at this point, if you are further away than, yeah, how do I explain this? I need a whiteboard. The issue is that the he's checking the angle between himself to whether he should turn. The problem is that the angle could be considered to be a very long way. It could be considered to be the whole circle as opposed to just a tiny bit. I just need to think about how to write this code. I think that's what's going on here. That he is considered to be so far away that he should, rather than being only a little bit away. So really it's down to the delta. Yeah, so we're looking at minus pi and pi as the two extremes, and really the delta could be up to 2 pi. which isn't correct. Oh, we've got some more ships coming in there, I can see. So really what we should be having is the delta. If the delta is greater than pi, absolute pi, then we should take 2 pi off it. Yeah, that's probably right. So the problem is that the delta could be, depending on how we're facing the thing, the delta could be quite small. We could be at plus pi, and theta could, or plus pi minus a tiny bit, and theta could be at pi, which means the delta would be almost 2 pi, which is going to make him go right round, which isn't correct. So if the delta is greater than facing away, yeah, so if the delta is greater than facing away, we actually just need it to be, if it's at 3 pi, we actually just want to say, no, that's minus. If it's at, if it's 3/4 of the way around, we actually want it to be 1/4 of the way around. If it's at pi, we want it to stay at pi. So let's write this down. If delta is less than pi, so that's 180 degrees, do nothing. If delta equals 270 degrees, or 1.5 pi, then it should be pi. If delta is 2 pi, 360 degrees, then it should be 0. Interesting. No, that's not right. It shouldn't be pi. It should be 0.5 pi. And so there should be 0 pi. So I need to do something like delta. If delta is greater than pi, then I want delta to equals 1.5, let's see, 2 equals 2 times pi minus delta. Yeah, so if delta is 2 pi at that point, it'll be 0. Delta is 1.5 pi, it'll be half pi. If it's just over pi, then it'll still be pi. Yeah, that should work. And that should help that poor soul who's just zooming around and around. Let's go and see him. Let's go see that guy. Where is he? We might need to move the renderer back out so we can see him. He may have figured himself out. Let's see. Let's go to, I don't know, 1300 out. See if we can find. So this should stop these guys from doing this kind of weird. Ooh, look at these! Look at all these guys. They're all doing some strange dance here, which isn't what we expected. Right. So hopefully now they'll stop doing that weird thing where they zoom around. This delta thing should fix them. Except that it's not, is it? Because if you look, they're kind of going down this way. They're still saying, why am I going this way? I should be facing this way. And it's the same problem. They're going in this kind of weird figure-of-8 motion because they're turning in the wrong direction because they are stupid. Even though I'm setting that to be the right thing. And the other thing I need to do is if delta is less than, we could have it in the other direction, minus pi. And I think we want to do that. Yeah. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. Now is this guy going to go back around in this stupid figure-of-8? Let's see. No, he doesn't look like he's going to. He looks like he's actually going in the right direction now. What about these guys? Yeah, he's definitely going in a better direction. He's not quite getting it right, but he's not being completely stupid. Let's see. I've never had these big ships use the autopilot code before, so I'm just kind of trying to tweak it to make it work for them. His rotational acceleration is so slow. Let's see. What we could do is just not... At the moment we're accelerating even though... Yeah, see, this is looking better. We're accelerating even though we're not facing the right direction, and it's quite possible that we just need to stop the acceleration if we're not facing the right direction, which is reasonably easy to do. We can say something like, and then we can just set delta to 0 at this point actually. We should be able to say something if delta is greater than 0.4 and delta, or minus 0.4. Yeah, they're definitely happier. Is less than 0.4, then we'll do the other bits of autopilot. Yeah, they're definitely happier. Swarming around that jump gate now. Right, so now it won't do anything. It won't change direction until it actually is facing in the right direction, which is probably the right thing. I think. Oh, no, not necessarily. No, that isn't necessarily right. No, that isn't necessarily right. It's the right idea, but we want to allow the deceleration even if we're not facing in the right direction. Okay. So we basically need to say, only if we're facing in the right direction do you want to fire the main engines. Like that. And I can get rid of one of these. Right, and then let's format that. Oops. Yeah, okay, let's try this. Right, so that means that shouldn't start firing the engine. So this guy now, that's interesting, he stopped firing until he's facing the direction he wants to go in. He's just kind of drifting now. Which is slightly worrying. Where is he going? Let's see. Oh no, he must have fired. Okay, are these guys going to jump through? Yeah, they're not firing until they're in the right direction. Yeah, there we go. They're now firing. Mm, 0.4 might be too much. .2 might be a bit better, so they're actually going in the right direction. Problem is these guys have got this kind of weird rotational thing going on. I think what I might do is just restart the simulation, because I've been fiddling around with it so much. It's not necessarily the right thing to do to just keep running it, because I've been changing the way that they're running and they might have got themselves into a weird state. So, oops, that was the wrong thing. Let's try again. Okay, generate new history. Okay, I was hoping to add adultery today, which is a bit of a shame because I don't think I'm going to be able to. Right, let's go for one of these. Chat, I need a fast ship. Is it a fast ship? Unfortunately, I don't have enough cash because I forgot to go and get money. Give me money, Dorifast, I need the bank. Right. Yeah, that'll do. Let's see, spaceport. Let's see. Is that going to work? Yeah, these ones will be fine. Hire the ship. Can't afford those. Can afford that one. Board it. Launch it. Right. Okay, these guys have all shot off in the right direction, so that's encouraging. The question is, off they go. Okay, we've got a clearly defined space lane here now, which is quite nice. I'm going to be way ahead of these guys. But that's okay. They'll catch up with us. Sorry, it's probably very hard to see on the stream, but I've got it way zoomed out so I can actually see what's going on. Yeah, these guys, obviously the other slightly faster ships are still able to navigate, so that's good. So the question is can these little guys navigate correctly, or these, rather I should say these big ones? We'll have to see when they turn up at the jump gate. I mean, they're going straight for it, so there shouldn't really be a problem. Probably a little bit of randomness on that, otherwise they're all going to behave exactly the same every time. We can figure that out later. Okay, so let's see if these guys work. If these guys work, then I'm going to put this to bed, and then I might give you a little bit of a teaser on the adultery. That might be quite fun. Yeah, so they're accelerating, they're checking. You can see that, you can probably hear them now, that they are coming a bit closer. I might just zoom out a little bit, or zoom in a little bit. I should just zoom in normally. We make it a bit faster too. There we go. So here they come. Oh, there's another one that's just turned up. So he's now going backwards, reversing. Yep, they're fine, they're just zooming through that jump gate. There's another one who's reversing. So he's now getting his location sorted out. And he should, hopefully, he's facing the right direction. Yeah, see that? That's weird. That acceleration that you see isn't right. And then figures out where she's going. These guys, I think, have figured out where they want to go. Hopefully. Let's see. Yeah, they're just kind of drifting at the moment. It's not very encouraging. If I jump to the moon quickly, oops. Let's head through here. Off we go. Okay, this guy has decided he's off to the moon. So that's good. Off he goes. Hopefully there's some other ships on the way too. There we go, there's a couple there. So those guys managed to figure themselves out. Yeah, we got others here too. The question is what to do about those drifting guys. Let me just go and check them out. See ya, suckers. Okay. Slow down, brake, 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 brake. Okay. Slightly overshot that one. Okay, there we go. Almost there. Engage. Okay, off we go. So, did they drift forever? Are they still there? What's happened to them? Might need to check out the zoomed out mode. They're nowhere to be seen. Could they have drifted off? It's possible. Let's see if we zoom out right far. Okay, I've now zoomed out massively. No, I think they must have figured out what they were doing eventually. It's fine, I don't really mind that. It looks reasonably realistic, so that's okay. Just seeing to make sure that we're still getting some actual behaviour going on here. Yeah, there's Earth. So in we go. Slow down, slow down. There we go. So let's jump into London. Okay, here I am on my Tier 4 Brain ship. Landed back in London. Now, what I wanted to show you, there's my ship, hide out to me. What I wanted to show you is this. So we have a whole bunch of stuff going on here. Let's just zoom out to the city. Let's go back home, shall we? See if our wife's at home. Where's our home? Nikki loves home. Heath loves. Where's my home? Is this my home? Interesting. Yeah, it is my home. Don't know why it said. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so this is my home, and this is my wife. You can see that. Oh, is it? Oh no, is it the different one? No, it's a different one. I'll show you. I think it's the other seed that I need to run here, where we have all the boyfriends. So let me just check in the code that I've done actually, because that's a good, worthwhile thing to do. Okay, so let's see what we've done. Okay, we've added top speed and rotation to particular things, so that's a bug we need to fix, which I'll just add in quickly. No, we want to change that, which is fix loan offset, GUI offset bug. Yeah, I wanted to get that one in separately. That's just a very quick change there, which I was fiddling with this morning and broke. So we've added the top speeds and the engine accelerations to the various ships. This is to do with choosing new ships. So actually I'm not going to check that in yet, but I am going to check in all of the stuff that uses the per ship acceleration. I'm not going to check that in right now. Yes, this is all to do with... no, this is a tweak to the autopilot. So I'm going to leave that separate too, but this is definitely something I want to tweak. I want to add in, and this, and I'll take those out, add those in, add those in, add those in. No, not that. Okay, so now we've got some code here which basically states, or actually we're going to need a bit of that code. No, no, yes, edit. Basically, in order to split these changes up, what I want to do is just say that this is the substitution change, and I'm going to delete those ones. Oh, I've messed up the edit. I think it's probably all like that. Edit again. Ah, yes, no, I've broken that. No. Right, let's add that again. Not that, not that, edit. And what I want to do is have another line here. I'll delete that one and then delete those, but make this, I don't want those, but I do want this one, like that, yeah. Okay, and this one, no, I don't want to add that. No, I don't want to add that. Okay, so now I've got a change here, which is just the substitution of the constants with the, ooh, yeah, that's fine, with the constants with the per ship variable. Make flying constants per ship. Okay, now I can submit this change, which is choose ship based on wealth. Yeah, and then I just wanted to, I don't want to check that in like that. I want to add that comment in. And I would just want to add these in as autopilot tweaks. Autopilot tweaks. It's quite good actually to be able to split a particular big commit into a few things, because now what I've done is I've organized the commit so that I've got a stream of different things that I've done. So if you look at my commits here, I've got a whole section of stuff. Commits are really important, and using source control, I can't emphasize how much it helps me in my game dev. I know that a lot of game devs don't bother with source control. I have to say it's one of the best things that I do. It's so useful to be able to go back to a particular point. Last week when I was doing the AI code, I reset my commits like 4 times because I tried something and just like, I need to go back. And it was so much easier just to undo a whole stack of changes that I've made. Right, so this space rectangle thing, I am gonna comment that out. No debug rectangles for now. Excuse me a sec. Sorry, slightly dying over here. Okay. So, I don't know what that is. Okay, fine. Excuse me. Okay, and that's just a change that I can get rid of. Okay, so that's a little stack of commits. I think there are about 6 of them that I just committed. 5 or so, which just talk about those AI ships, and that's pretty good. So I'm going to push those. That'll go up to the build server and start running the various builds that need to be run. So the thing I was going to show you was adultery. So let's have a look at it. So if we go to new history and generate, I think it's this particular run of the game that causes this to happen. So I should have a girlfriend. I have got a girlfriend. There she is, Missy Elwood. You can see, however, that I am not the only boyfriend that she has. I have Shelton, I have Vernon, Dino, and Joe that I am all competing with, and she likes all of us, except she doesn't like Joe very much. This guy. He's not so interesting to her. But everybody else seems to be a bit of an item, and I don't appear to be any better than any of them. So the ability to have multiple boyfriends is something that I don't want to just be accidental in the game. I don't want this to be something that just happens. I would like it to be that it's a kind of conscious choice by a character to make, to two-time, basically. And then that can cause problems with various other characters as we go forward. So that's the thinking. So that's what I want to do. Now, the way that I want to do that, if I just go back to the code, is this is a whole big head switch from AI. This is in the history generator. We've got a method here called can see each other. And this basically just says that you can't see yourself, you have to be the same gender at the moment, or you can't be the same gender at the moment. I know that that's it's just for simplicity. I plan to address the whole kind of same-sex relationships and things like that later on. So we've got age at, we've got age difference, we've got they can't be more than 17, one of them can't be less than 17, they have to be between 10 years apart, we've got they've got to be within 2 status levels of each other, they can only be close friends, they can't be relatives, they can't already be married to each, they can't already have someone that they are married to. Now the difference is here that we're not checking is that we are not married. That's the issue. Or we are not seeing somebody else. So what we need to do is basically check to see, right, so this only checks to see whether or not we are married and not seeing someone. So that means that with relationships, we basically can fix this by just simply doing this. Now that means that our character will not be seeing all of those different people. She will only, our new character, in fact it will completely change the random seed, so we won't see anything of the same sort of thing at all when I now run it. It'll be a completely different world, in fact. So we're now Camilla Sadlington, and as you can see we have a boyfriend, but he's only seeing one person, and that will be true for everyone. So you won't be able to see more than one person, if that makes sense, which is fine. But what I want to have happen is that I want to add these specific bad events, stuff where you basically say that a certain person is seeing somebody else, or something, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly. but basically to say that you can't. Sorry, let me just quit that window that's distracting me. There we go. Cool. So the idea is to say, okay, I am going to have a relationship with somebody else, even though I'm married, and that is going to be something that could happen at any time, and it's something that will have a reaction and effect on some of the other characters. So, for example, if I start having a relationship and somebody else finds out about that particular event that happens, that's pretty serious, and it means that they are going to get very upset. So I need to do some preparatory code in order to make that happen. So the way to start thinking about this is we've probably only got about 5 minutes to do this, but the first thing to do would be to fix the max closeness stuff. So this is to do with, where does the max closeness stuff start? So we've got human closeness and we've got max closeness. And all of that does is it goes through all of our friends and sees whether or not how close we are to them. Now at the end of that process, we then grab all of their particular, where is it? We get all of their interesting information. I'm not sure where this actually happens. Where is this code? This is just a layout entity. This is not what I'm looking for. Where does max closeness actually get called from? Tell about events. So what's happening here is that at the end of the history generation, when we deal out events to humans, we are basically we're telling everybody about different events that have happened to the different humans based on how close they ever were to them. And we do all of that in one go, which isn't quite right. That's not what I really want at this point. So I really want to deal out the events every year, because the problem is that if you find out about a relationship, then that's going to have a bad effect, and I want that to make a reaction at that point. So we need to kind of think about that. So what I need to do, and I'm not going to be able to do this today, I'm just kind of introducing it. I'll talk about it a little bit later on in the week on a blog post, hopefully. But I want to be able to say, okay, every year, find out about events that are happening to this person. Now, starting an affair will be a particular type of thing that will have a very, very high privacy on it. So you won't find out about that every year. In fact, not even your spouse or your partner will find out about that. And we need some code in there to say, okay, this is damaging to this person, therefore I don't want to tell them, if that makes sense. So we need to think about how characters might keep events from other characters, and we also need to think about how that will affect their relationship with them. So I need to think about a little bit more about how that's going to work. The reason that I'm doing all of this is so that it provides a fertile ground for the player to generate missions. So the idea is that the missions will come from the kind of finding out about this sort of information. So for the demo mission that I want to put together for the demo, which is coming out next month, I want to be able to say, find out about a particular affair, for example, that's going on with a particular character. So we need to think about how that works, and I'm going to be putting that in over the next few days. But anyway, I'm afraid I'm out of time for today. Thanks very much for watching. I've really enjoyed streaming with you. I hit the follow button on Twitch if you're interested in hearing about when I go live. I go live every Monday at 2. If you've tuned in from Reddit, thanks very much for joining. It's been great to see you. And yeah, I'm very happy that you managed to get the stream on and working, because sometimes it doesn't work so well. Today it's been pretty good, apart from a bit in the middle. So yeah, so thanks very much for coming. Do drop back on Monday. If you want to find out more about the game, then look at soultrader.net. I've got a Kickstarter going live next month, hopefully, and hopefully a demo as well. So that's definitely the thing to watch out for.